Welcome to Lightroom. So after you download the Lightroom app, what you're gonna find after you enter in your credentials for your Adobe login, you'll see something that looks like this. So daily, usually they'll have like a little tutorial. The more you experiment in Lightroom, the better you're gonna get. Lightroom is available on laptops and desktops, and also a modified version on your phone. So here in the library, you can easily go and add photos and create albums. So up at the top, you can do that. Down in the bottom right-hand corner, I can go to my camera, or I can add a photo from my camera roll, and here I have some preloaded photos already. What's really nice about this app is that it tells you immediately when you need help or advice. It'll have lots of pop-ups. So I'm gonna hit close out, and I'm gonna just select a picture that I took the other day. So what's great about Lightroom is that it has all kinds of features down in the bottom: masking, healing. Like for example, if I go on heal and I have some crumbs on this plate here, I can adjust the size. I can make it blurry, but I'm just gonna tap here on the screen to show you how easy it is to cover those areas up. Or in the wood, maybe you don't like that grain piece, you can cover those up. So healing brush is my number one go-to. There's some cropping and presets here. So if you are dealing with portraits, or if you wanted to do some more creative color, you could do that. You can also, what's really cool, it'll analyze your photo and give you some recommended presets based on your picture, which is a kind of cool thing. So as I scroll through them, I can find different things I like, or I can hit cancel. There's auto, there's light, color, all kinds of effects for texture and clarity, dehaze. There's some different optics on here. For geometry, you can distort your picture. And there's also different profiles that you can eventually add to your favorites. But there's lots of different things that you can do within Lightroom just to edit everyday pictures. So when you are ready to turn in a photo or save a photo, up in the top right-hand corner, the little cloud with a plus sign, you can save it to your cloud, which is referring to your Adobe Cloud. You can save it by hitting the box with the arrow, and you can share to multiple different places. So if I hit share to, I can pick whoever I want and email it to myself or put it directly on Flickr. If I go back to the box with the arrow, I can export it to my camera roll. I can export it to files. I can also hit export as, and I can pick, instead of a JPEG, a TIFF, a PNG, or original. I always want the largest available dimensions. I never want to make them smaller. Image quality, I always want it as 100% whenever I can. If you ever do end up wanting a watermark, you can include a watermark, and there's more details within it, but that's not required for my class. So I'm gonna go ahead and just save my image, and it's now on my camera roll. I'm gonna go back here. I'm just gonna discard what I did and go back. And down here at the bottom, there are shared pictures. You can easily see what albums you've chosen to share on the web. And Lightroom has a wonderful section where you can learn specific things that we might not cover deeply in our class. So for example, rescuing a dark phone shot, or making a more impactful outdoor portrait. So they show what's trending. They have all kinds of categories. So for example, down here at the bottom, it says beginner. It has some really cool things that the more you practice, the better you're gonna get. So I'm gonna go backwards here. And then toward the right-hand side is the Discover section. So you can discover different artists. You can see kind of what they've done. You can see what featured artists are there and what's trending. But the more images you look at, the more inspiration that will get into your brain to inspire you to take better photos. So for example, I know one of the assignments is going to be food photography. one of the popular categories as you scroll on the bottom is called food. So if I select that, there's all kinds of images on here. And remember, some of them are good, some of them are not so good, and you kind of have to decipher visually what is good food photography and what is bad food photography. So that's pretty much it for Lightroom. I didn't go over everything in there, but if you do have questions or if you need any help, feel free to let me know.